Howdy, I'm Leanna McTaggart, and the strategy I chose is PhET. What is it? Well, some of you probably already know what it is from high school or even from some college classes, but if you don't, it's a website for teachers and students to use. Where can you find it? Well, as I said, it is a website, and just go to www.phet.colorado.edu. Cost, this is good for broke college students and future broke teachers. The cost is free, so anyone can use it at any time. What is it used for? Teachers use the simulators to help students visualize the topic they are learning about. So for example, I went to phet.colorado.edu, I clicked on chemistry, and then I clicked on atoms and load. Then you click on that, and then you just kind of play around with the atom, and it tells you if it's an ion, if it's neutral, what atom it is. And this is mainly used for things that are too big, too small, things that happen too fast or too slow in the real world, and those usually are things that are hard for students to visualize, so this helps them just to visualize it and play with it. How is it used? It's used for complex content or content that students may struggle with. So again, things that are just too big, too small, that happen too fast or too slow in the real world that students may not understand or have a hard time seeing and visualizing. How to use it? You go to the website www.phet.colorado.edu. Then you scroll down to where you see all the subjects, and they're right there. And there's physics, chemistry, math, earth science, and biology. I clicked on earth science, just so you can kind of see what happens when you click on it. And then you have all these different topics and different contents that you could learn about. And this is for students to just help with that. Why PhET? It's great for kids who have a hard time with the content. It also gives students a visual on what they are learning, so it really helps support and encourage what they're learning and repetition. And again, they can visualize those things that are too fast, too slow, too big, or too small in the real world, and just really helps them grasp that. It's free, which is always a plus. Kids seem to enjoy it, and if a teacher can't do a lab for whatever reason, there's just resources are too expensive or just unrealistic to do in a school setting lab, or even COVID, then PhET is great as a substitute. I would not use PhET in replace of lab all the time, just because students need to see that what's happening in the real world. But again, if you can't do it, then PhET is great for that. For example, last semester I was in a class and we were in COVID, so we couldn't go out, and so for the lab portion, what we did was we used PhET a lot, and it really, really helped with that. Support for teaching. It's great for differentiated instructions. It's hands-on and visual, so it's great for those kinesthetic and visual learners. Teachers can also ask questions based on the content. So again, going back to the atom, you could just kind of play around with it. You could say add 2 protons, add some electrons, add neutrons, and then hopefully they start seeing a pattern, and then you could really assess what the students know or learn, because a lot of these simulations do have patterns to them. And that's it. That's all about PhET.